Welcome back to the 245 podcast, where that is the number of minutes that it takes for engineers to do one problem.
Can confirm.
Like
Enthusiastic.
Like a practice problem or like just a problem in the world?
Any problem.
Any problem.
Yep.
Wow. Well,
mainly practice problems, test
For those
problems.
of you who are wondering, that's 8.1 hours.
Is that accurate?
No, 4.1. Yeah.
I was going to say what?
I've had a few problems that have taken me over 4 hours.
That's crazy.
Dang.
4 hours? That's a lot.
Do you ever have problems
I've
that
had
are
a couple
like,
that have been 3. I don't know about anything.
do you ever have problems where it's like question 1, but it has like 30 parts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
Yeah.
H.
I think I've had problems that go to E or maybe H.
My thermo final last year went up to H.
That's funny.
All right, class.
It was one problem. The whole final was one problem. It was like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H.
Class, we have one problem today.
Let's go.
It's got 26 parts.
So that's actually not one problem.
Anyways, welcome back to the podcast. We got everyone in the studio again.
Back to back.
We're still here. Got Micah, Evan, Josh.
But this is kind of weird because we're actually here the same day that we did the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
So there was an episode in between here and there.
Yeah.
We're just thinking so far ahead.
So welcome to 2024, boys. How does it feel that it's finally 2024?
It's crazy.
It's wild. Wow.
Isn't it insane?
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you guys do over New Year's?
Partied.
That a boy.
Partied
Got absolutely
hard.
wasted
Oh my
on
god.
the slopes.
You cannot say
For
that.
legal reasons, that is a joke.
Wait, who is here over New Year's?
I'll be at Disney.
You're going to Wausau, right?
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Wait, when is that trip?
1st to the 4th?
Well, you won't be there over like
Yeah.
midnight.
Yep. I'll be in Texas or driving back from Texas or something.
Oh, wow. So no one's here. I was going to hopefully have people over, but I won't be doing that, I guess.
Oh,
I think I might be here, but
you guys can
Yeah.
go over. You can play Minecraft.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
End
yes.
2023 and start 2024 playing
With-
Bed Wars.
Yeah. That'd be crazy.
I'm sorry, Josh. That sounds fun. I really wanted.
I'm sorry, Josh. It would be fun to come to your house, but I'm actually gone
Yeah.
all the time.
No control.
Mike's going to be too busy in
I feel like
liberal
I'll
world.
probably not see
My
any
word,
of you
Mitch.
like the whole time.
Yeah, I don't
Everyone's
know.
just gone.
It sounds
Yep.
like we're not. It's kind of sad.
Yep.
We'll see you Thursday. And that might be it.
Yup.
That's tough.
What about the 26th?
I'm around.
I'm
I'm
around.
I'm around.
All right, cool.
Party without Joey.
Wait, Joey, you're around?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I leave on the 27th, so I'm here on the 26th.
We should do something.
I'm down.
I agree.
Hot tub?
Same.
Guys, we're just planning stuff on the pod.
On
Let's
the
go.
Sorry, guys. We're letting our personal
If you want
lives.
to join us in the hot tub on the 26th, feel free.
Show up to Evan's house.
7 p.m. Evan's house.
His address is... No, I'm not doing that. I do
123
have-
Main Street.
His address is beep, and his garage code is...
Do you actually know my garage code?
I have it in a note somewhere. Let's see if
Why?
Get my garage
Evan,
code?
is your garage code...
No.
That's my
Oh,
garage
is it-
code.
Yes.
I'll beep that out. Don't even worry about it.
I don't care. My mom might care.
Yeah,
So maybe you should
I
bleep
think
it out.
everyone would probably care.
So maybe we should bleep it out.
No, I will.
Yeah, it is. Actually,
What else? What's everyone else's?
Let's go.
Is there any like reason behind you guys' garage codes?
I can't
Yes.
say that because
If I
give it
said
away.
it would, yeah, people would know it.
It's like, have you guys seen the Jimmy Kimmel video where people they go on the street, they're like,
yeah.
so what is your social media password? And they're like, well, it's actually the name of my dog and my birthday.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, that's super nice. Like, what kind of dog do you have? They're like, oh, like a golden doodle. Like, oh, what's his name? They're like, Charlie. And then they're like, oh, wow, that's awesome. And are you in school right now? Or they're like, yeah, I'm in college. So how old are you? I'm like 22.
Yeah.
So what year were you, what's your birthday? Oh, like May 6th, 2003. And like, so your password would be like Charlie 5603. And they're like,
Yeah. No.
yeah.
I really want to see that now.
It's
Yeah,
so
really
funny.
It's just
Oh, that's
social
hilarious.
manipulation.
It's hilarious. Yeah. But today, oh, did you guys hear that?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Nope.
Male tone, the ding that
Ding.
Joey
God is good.
doesn't like apparently. It's like because other people have told him or something
Yeah.
like that.
No, it's because when he listens back to the episodes, he can hear it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Just not live.
Just not live.
First email is from my dad, John Clark. He says, IMHO, which means in my humble opinion, I think.
Oh.
I think Callie is the OG cousin, and her brother is the OG cousin. Because even though Joey made them cousins, you have to take their ages into account. And so while you could argue that Callie and her brother and Joey are co-OG cousins, if you factor in birth order and common sense, they are not. Not everybody's a winner.
Common sense.
Not everyone.
What
Yeah,
is
that
that?
sounded like a very humble opinion. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Josh, did you listen to that part of the podcast?
Yeah, I did.
What are your thoughts on our little debate?
I think it's a dumb debate. I'm not going to say anything about it.
Okay.
Thanks, Josh.
No problem.
That's his humble opinion.
Next email from Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
He has an attached, well, it's subject lined MA space WRAPP, which I think you would announce Ma-Rap.
My rep.
Ma-Rap. It's
Moret.
about his Spotify Wrapped, and he has a screenshot of his podcast section, which says, you listen to the 245 podcast for 3,174 minutes, which makes him a top 3% fan.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
pretty impressive.
That
Good
is
job,
impressive.
Michael.
Wow.
Yeah, I was top 3%, folks, he says. Thank you for your support. That's
Yeah.
it.
Next, from Willem Bruin. Who's touching their mic right now?
That's
No one.
Mitch.
What?
Mitch, why do you always do this?
Huh?
Okay, continue.
Willem Bruin, subject line, Chat GBD, exciting opportunity, AI generated Q&A session for the 245 podcast. Dear the boys, I love that. I hope this email finds you well. Are you guys well?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
I'm well.
I'm an
Oh, wow.
avid listener of the 245 podcast, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the insightful discussions and diverse topics covered on your show. Why does this sound like ChatGPT?
I think it
it
is.
I recently had an idea that I believe could add a unique and engaging element to the podcast, an AI-generated Q&A session. As AI technology has advanced significantly, it opens up exciting possibilities for creating thought-provoking and entertaining content. Here are a few reasons why incorporating an AI-generated Q&A session could be a fantastic addition to the 245 podcast. 1. Innovative content. Embracing AI-generated questions could set the 245 podcast apart as a forward-thinking and innovative platform, showcasing your willingness to explore cutting-edge ideas. This is definitely written by ChatGPT.
Yep.
Next is diverse perspectives. I don't feel like reading all of these.
That's funny.
Who's our director of?
As head of
Yeah, there we go.
cultural diversity, I think we should take this into consideration.
I second the motion of taking this into consideration.
Thank you,
We
sir.
need to be culturally diverse.
But what does the Trinity have to say about it, Mitch?
Screw it. We're not reading it.
Next, engagement with technology trends. 4, time efficiency. I understand that integrating AI into the podcast may be a departure from your usual format, but I believe it could bring a fresh and dynamic element to the show. I'd be happy to assist in coordinating the AI-generated Q&A process and ensuring a seamless integration into your production workflow. Thank you for considering this proposal. I'm looking forward to hearing more engaging content on the 245 podcast and believe that this AI experiment could be valuable and entertaining addition. Best regards, Chat GBD, GPT, GDT, and Willem.
Wait.
We'll talk to our producer about incorporating that into our production.
Yeah.
Production workflow.
I got a conspiracy theory.
What?
Oh no.
I think Pod Squeeze overtook Willem's account and are trying to get us to do AI stuff again.
Oh no.
It's pause.
It's Eduardo.
You're right. Eduardo is back. He then replied to his own email and said, also a request for a Micah Mitch rap of a Minnesota Nice rap written by ChatGPT.
What about the rest of us, Willem?
Yeah.
No, hey.
We can rap too.
Respect.
Hey,
respect
he just wants the
request.
Trinity and the producer.
So Joey, you wanna pull up a rap beat?
Are we doing this?
I mean, don't we have to?
I think we have to.
I can't see it.
Our raps kind of go hard.
So
I do.
Mitch, I'm gonna forward you this email. If I have your email.
Oh,
Are you going to forward it
You
to,
have the lyrics
to
already?
Michal the Well?
Yeah, he
You made the lyrics.
Yeah, he sent us an email with the rap.
Give me a sec.
He's forwarding.
Guys, I think
He's
we
forwarding.
could also do like 10-minute Tuesdays with just independent raps about random stuff.
That'd be kind of fun.
Great idea.
Because our raps are kind of good.
They are.
Mitch, I'm texting you.
Next Drizzy out here.
Yeah.
Evan, I'm also texting it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you guys got your beat down?
Yeah.
Kind
I
of.
think so.
You got that
So
memorized?
are we doing Micah for verses again, and then we all join on the chorus?
Sure. Would someone else want to take the verses for a change?
Not really.
Mitch?
Nah.
Or you want me to do it? Okay.
No, you got
Hey,
it.
just quick pause. The top comment on this instrumental rap beat thing. If you're going through something, keep your faith in Jesus, and He will guide you through it the right with Jesus before.
What?
He will guide you through it. Get right with Jesus before it's too late.
That's the truth.
All right.
Okay,
So threatening.
Are you
Man, I
boys
don't know
ready?
about this beat. It's kind of weird. But
It's kind of
we'll
funky.
figure it
Well,
out.
let's see. You guys got to make it work. I can't make it easy on you. Okay.
Here we go. Minnesota nice. I'm trying to think how to do this here. Okay. Yo, we keep it cool up in the north where the winters are cold. Nope, this is not it. Change it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think you did it wrong.
I don't know how to do it with this
The
beat.
beat's not it. The
The
beat's,
beat's
not
not
Okay.
it. It's a little funky.
It is a little funky.
It's a little funky. Give
Oh,
me like a
'cause of that.
normal beat.
There it is.
it. Oh yeah.
That's the stuff.
Josh, help me. How do I do this?
I feel like there's so many
There's so many
syllables. You can't, like, these are all the same tempo. I feel like it needs to be slower.
Yo, we keep it up cool in the north where the winters are. What?
You're going too fast.
You're going to.
Okay. Do you want that beat or do you need a different beat?
Do like a beat like the
We need like a
we had
slow-
last time, like
yeah.
the NCS.
It
Was
needs,
that?
it needs a faster beat.
Anabolic beats.
We need a faster
Holla at
beat.
me.
Okay, I'll try to find.
Jungle beats. Holla at me.
That first line is just too long. I
don't-
think.
See, this is the one we did last time.
Okay, that's fine. Yo, we keep it cool up in the north where the winters are cold. Minnesota nice, that's a story we've been told. Land of the lakes, 10,000 and more. We're polite and kind from shore to shore. See, this is just, it's
That's
just weird.
because you took up 2 lines with the first line.
I know. Guys, this is the process.
You can just start on the second verse,
Joel
like
Embiid.
right under.
Trust the process.
Okay, let's go.
I think ChatGPT just screwed up on that first line.
Here we go. Start with the second verse. Frick you, Anabolic Beats.
2, ready, go.
Midwest manners, yeah, we got that vibe. Hold the door, let you pass, that's how we subscribe. Ice on the lakes and warmth in our hearts. Minnesota nice, where the real love starts.
Chorus.
Minnesota nice, in the land of the ice, where the lakes are plenty and the people are nice. We say please and thank you, it's a way of life. Minnesota nice, no need for strife. Up in the Twin Cities where the winters get harsh, but our kindness and warmth will leave a lasting mark. From Minneapolis to St. Paul, we stand tall, helping neighbors in need. We answer the call. Hot dish cooking at the family table. Warm smiles and laughter, we're always able. In the state fair lines, we patiently wait. Minnesota nice, it's never too late. Minnesota nice, in the land of the ice, where the winters are plenty and the people are nice. We say please and thank you, it's a way of life. Minnesota nice, no need for strife. From the North Shore to the Prairie Plains. Minnesota nice, running through our veins. Fishing on the lakes with a friendly grin. In this cold weather, our warmth from within. Don't you worry about a thing, we got your back. In this freezing cold, we stay on track. Snow on the ground, not this year. Minnesota nice, it's the everyday norm. Land of the Vikings, we're strong and bold. But kindness is the currency worth more than gold. Helping hands in a blizzard, no need to fear. Minnesota nice throughout the year. Minnesota nice in the land of the ice, where the lakes are plenty and the people are nice. We say please and thank you, it's a way of life. Minnesota nice, no need for strife. So if you're feeling cold in this northern breeze, come to Minnesota, where the niceness frees. From the cities to the woods, we're all entwined. Minnesota nice, it's a state of mind. Minnesota nice in the land of the ice, where the lakes are plenty and the people are nice. We say please and thank you, it's a way of life. Minnesota nice, no need for strife. Yeah. Minnesota nice.
Good job, guys. Mike, how did ChatGPT know that we haven't had snow this year? That's crazy.
It didn't say that.
Mike changed
That
the
was
lyrics.
freestyle.
And then
It was-
messed up the rhyme.
No, it's fine. It was some quick thinking. I was impressed.
Well, we got there eventually.
That first line was the only thing holding us back.
Yeah. ChatGPT just doesn't understand.
Yeah.
They understood for the rest of it, but for that one, no.
Well, thank you, Willem, for that epic rap.
And
I
thank you,
think-
Anabolic Beats.
I think 10-minute Tuesday raps is a great segment.
I agree, because it's easy. We can just get ChatGPT to write something.
So, guys, if you have any ideas for 10-minute Tuesday ChatGPT raps, go ahead and send it to us. Or do it yourself and send that lyrics to us. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into what we're talking about today?
Sure.
Let's go.
Today, finally, we're doing another installment of the Life of a Blank Major series. We have done Joey, ministry major, me, media production. We have yet to do Mitch, but who's still moving is Mike.
Yeah, it was Mike U.
Mike, you. Today we're doing Life of an Engineering Major featuring Evan and Josh.
Wow.
Yep.
And I'm going to let Joey take it away.
Oh, really?
Joey, a professional
You're in-
interviewee.
you're in charge.
Interviewer.
I don't have the questions pulled up.
They're on Notion.
Joey, what
They
the heck?
are on Notion.
He's pulling up
They
Notion.
are
He is
probably-
talking slowly
What are
to
they
just
under?
extend his time.
What are they under?
He's stalling.
It's under the episode titled Life of an Engineering Major. Feat Josh and Evan.
Okay.
FT plus.
It's on
so
Notion.
Period.
I'm gonna look for that, but I don't see
Ivan from Notion.
that. I got it.
Joey's got it.
So we're gonna open that up. 1 second,
Wow.
and the first question is, what is the story of how you got here? Does your mommy and daddy love each other?
Joey really liked that one.
Joey laughing at his own joke more than anyone else.
That was my.
Never mind. Evan laughed even harder. Guys, I hate this so much.
Okay.
What is that laugh?
Why are we here?
It's like from that one video.
It's the one meme where you tell a really bad dad joke, slap something,
slap
and
a
then
chair into the water.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah. You guys
so-
showed me that.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey, what was the question again?
The question is, can you please tell us the story of how you got here? Which I'm assuming applies to your major.
These
So, like,
questions that you wrote?
how did you decide to get here? Did I write these questions?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Where did they come from? I don't know. They're just on the list.
Where did they come from?
Where did
where did they go?
Where did
you
it come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
All right, I'll go.
Evan, take us away from this
All right.
madness.
How I got here. Okay. I would say that, ever since I was in high school, I feel like engineering was kind of always the path that I thought I was going to take. It wasn't for sure about it, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I feel like if I had to choose right now, this is what I would choose. And yeah, I never really changed from that. And so here we are, an engineer. I thought about doing business for a while because I think eventually I want to get into more of that field of business. But yeah, right now I'm just engineering, and I think that's the most practical fit for me, I think, in my college career. So that's kind of why I'm an engineer. And I like the problem solving aspect of it too. That's, yeah, something I've learned a lot about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I wanted to be a teacher for like my whole, well, actually, no, going back even farther, I wanted to be a farmer,
There we go.
Yeah.
ride tractors.
Yeah.
I basically wanted to be a farmer because I wanted to ride
Mr.
tractors.
John Deere.
Yeah.
He is John
Guys, I
Deere.
should show you sometime. I wrote a song when I was really little. And the lyrics were, I love tractors. I ride them every day. I love tractors.
I feel like you told
That's
us
another
this.
rap.
Yeah.
It's a banger. Anyways, after I wanted to be a farmer, I wanted to be a teacher because my parents were teachers. And that continued probably through junior year. And then I decided I didn't really want to do that actually. And then I didn't know what I wanted to do. And people were like, you like building things and fixing things and doing things like that. So engineering is probably good. And I said, yeah, that sounds about right. It wasn't, I remember not really knowing like what engineering would be like, but just knowing it was like mathy and I was fine at that. So that's what I decided on.
How solidifying was that intro to engineering class?
That's a phenomenal
I think
question.
I
Mitch.
enjoyed it. Mitch is referring to a class we had senior year in high school. It was a Project Lead the Way course called Intro to Engineering. And there's some like basics of design process. So like the process you go through to designing some reverse engineering projects. And then we did some stuff with Fusion 360, which is a CAD program. I would say that like confirmed that it was something I could like do and be fine at.
Nice.
And I did enjoy that class. I thought it was fun. I did it with Joey. Joey, do you remember the thing we designed?
Which thing?
It was a box for like pastries or something.
Yes, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
because like the final project was this hypothetical situation where we needed to minimize cost of like boxes for this baker. And we made an epic cupcake box.
It was
like,
pretty epic.
It opened. We didn't actually make it. It was on Fusion.
Yeah.
But
Aw.
we were like the only group that knew how to do assemblies and stuff. Everyone else was
Because you
just,
knew how to do assemblies and stuff.
okay, I was the only person who knew how to do
Yeah.
assemblies and stuff.
Correction.
He's like that.
He's like that.
Anyways, yeah, I would say that was like a good confirmation that was something I could do in college. Good question though, Mitch.
Thank you.
And you've also thought about like audio stuff.
Yeah.
So what made you not do that?
What?
What? What do you mean?
I get it.
Yeah, thank you, Evan.
Oh, okay.
Mike, I can't believe you still are not.
He fell for it.
That's not the usual setup for that joke.
Yeah, it usually has to be doing something with hearing, and this was audio, so it still works.
Yep.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm also very interested in music things, particularly recording audio stuff, and also video. Not as much anymore, but I used to do a lot of that. I think the decision for that was I didn't have any colleges I was looking at that actually had a program like that. So that would require, there are a lot of online programs for things like that. And that just didn't seem as legit to me as going to an actual school. And also it felt like something I could more like keep doing on my own as a hobby. Like a lot of people you see online are like, oh, I'm self-taught. I learned how to do this on my own. I'm like, oh, I can probably learn how to do that on my own. Okay, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be a little harder to learn engineering on your own.
Yeah.
Be a lot
You
of
could do
trial
it,
and error.
Yeah.
And also, I think I don't have the confidence in like you have to have some amount of like natural talent to be a really good producer. I'm not sure like how that, like I enjoy it and stuff, but I don't know that I could ever be like a really, really good audio engineer.
Yeah.
I think you could.
Thanks, Evan.
You
Appreciate the
got
vote of
that in you.
confidence. But yeah, I also think it's an easier thing to do on the side. So, yup.
Next question.
Oh, I'm just in charge of all these
Joey,
questions.
this
Yeah.
has always been how
You're
it
the
is.
only person here.
Okay, sounds good. So what classes have you taken, and what is the homework like in general?
Oh boy. Should we list up every class we've taken?
No,
Sure, and a lot of them cross over. I'll list one, and if you have taken it, you can just.
Okay.
Well, let's start with math classes. So they're like math specific courses that you need to take in order to be able to do the math that's in engineering.
Yeah.
So that includes Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3,
Yep.
differential equations,
Yep.
then usually one other math elective. So I've taken linear algebra.
They kind of combined linear algebra in DiffyQ for
Okay.
me. So I've had like some of that. Half the semester was kind of dealing with matrices and linear algebra and stuff.
Okay.
And the second half was more, or first half was actually more differential.
Okay. So some people will do other math electives. Like I think my brother did stats instead of linear algebra.
Oh, I've done stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't done stats, which is kind of weird. I've done statistical analysis in a lot of like lab classes, but I've never actually taken a stats class. So that's math. Engineering specific courses. We started out with a bunch of like very introductory ones. So we had like introduction to electronics, introduction to design, introduction to like structures. So those were a lot of like basic ones. Maybe did you have like introductory courses too?
Yeah, I think they weren't called like intro to.
Yeah.
It was just called like circuits or like electronic circuits. And then we had a lab for that. Then a MATLAB course. This was all kind of freshman year.
Yeah.
And then obviously intro to engineering. That was kind of the main one. That was,
Like you had a design project.
yep, the main basic like intro class to
Did you
engineering.
make a plane or something? Or like or something to walk on water,
Yeah,
was it?
water walkers.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a project we did where you have a piece of foamular insulation board and you basically, it's buoyant and you cut it out into like a form of a shoe, but it's more of like a ski, but it's like a super thick ski. You have to do a lot of calculations on the weight of the person that's doing it. So basically the project of it is making these shoes that walk on water, and then there's at the end you go to Lake Johanna and you race against all the other groups. It's like a start to finish line in the water. And so yeah, you do a bunch of calculations on whoever's doing the actual piloting part of it and like their weight and buoyancy force and stuff like that. And yeah, at the end you have a big race competition. You try and stay afloat and then just beat everyone else out.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining. I've watched
You've
it.
watched it.
Yeah.
We had a similar project in Intro to Structures. It's like a truss bridge project. So you get a constrained amount of wood lathe material, and then you need to design a truss bridge and do a bunch of calculations on all the members, like which one is the most member in most tension or compression. And then we have like a tester where everyone, it's kind of like the toothpick bridge thing we did in 8th grade, except on a much bigger scale.
How big was your bridge? What did you make it out of? What did you say?
It was like wooden lathe, so they're like a 1/4 inch thick by 2 inches wide.
Okay.
And the bridges end up being like maybe like 10 to 12 feet long
Oh, wow.
and like 2 feet high.
Okay. So we did a very similar thing, but it was with popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
And then we tested it in like a testing
Yeah.
compression machine.
Sounds similar except on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Anyways, those are all introductory, and then you get into more higher level courses. So
I guess physics. as
physics
well.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are not engineering specific, but also really important.
Mm-hmm.
So then engineering specific, linear circuits,
Yeah.
dynamics,
Yep.
statics,
Yeah.
material science,
Mm-hmm.
mechanics of materials,
Mm-hmm.
thermodynamics 1,
Yeah.
thermodynamics 2.
We just had one class for that.
Yeah, ours is split up into 2. Fluid mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other ones. We should give like a quick little description of all of them, because I feel like sometimes you say things and people are like, I don't even know what that means. So statics, how would you describe statics?
I would say, well, for me, it was statics and dynamics, so that was
Yeah.
combined into one. Statics is basically anything that's not moving, and that was like a lot of like doing analysis on like different bridges and kind of trusses and things like that.
Kind
for
of like
us.
what you typically think of an engineer, like, is this bridge going to break with this
Yeah.
certain load?
Yeah, loads and like forces and
Don't want that happening.
things
Don't want
like
the
that.
bridges to break, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
We don't want any of that. And then dynamics, we didn't do a whole lot of dynamics just because our statics portion went longer in the
Yeah.
course.
So I just took dynamics this semester, and that's
Okay.
basically, it's everything in statics except you involve things that are moving.
Yeah, like angular momentum, stuff like that.
Yeah, things that are spinning and moving, that's the hardest case. Things that are just spinning, things that are just translating. So it's basically studying how things move with velocity, acceleration, position. And then the kind of backdrop for all of those is mechanics of materials, and that's basic, and material science too. Those are kind of connected. And that's how materials behave. So what kind of materials are brittle, what kinds like bend and are malleable, looking at the stress and the strain of different materials and how they behave under certain loads.
And like more the molecular structure of
material science especially is like crystalline structures of plastics and metals and stuff. What are some other ones? Linear circuits is basically what every engineer needs to know about electronics, and electrical engineers will do a lot more. I hated that class.
Yeah. I actually kind of liked that class just because the lab was with it. And for me, it was easy to translate the lab to the class and just kind of see what was going on. So that's why I really liked that. The class part wasn't actually super fun, but the lab made it a lot of fun.
Yeah, so something you should know about a lot of engineering courses is that they're accompanied by labs. So you learn a lot of concepts, and then you do actual experiments about the stuff you're learning in labs and see the applications. Obviously, we haven't taken all the courses.
Yeah.
I'm still going to take heat transfer.
Oh, yeah.
Control systems. So there's some higher level ones that we'll still do. But something you should know is that all the classes involve math. So you don't just take Calc 2 and differential equations for no reason. You take them because you need to know that for a lot of the classes.
You won't be done with Calc when you're done with the Calc class.
Yeah.
And to a certain extent you are, because like in differential equations, you'll learn how to solve differential equations by hand that you'll never need to actually solve in class. But at least you have the theoretical framework and you understand sort of what you're doing. And then a lot of times in class, you'll use a program like Excel or MATLAB or MathCAD to actually numerically solve equations.
Yeah, I've heard in control systems and heat and mass transfer, because that's what we're taking next semester, there's a lot of differential equations in those classes. So that's why you need to have kind of that differential equation background before you can go into that class, because a lot of the homework and just concepts will involve differentials.
So the other part of the question was, what does work look like? So I'd say for the typical engineering class, there's like in each class, there's about a problem set a week, and a problem set is like, I don't know, a few problems just related to what you've been learning.
Yeah. I feel like it depends on the teacher too. Like I have one teacher right now that assigns one homework every day. So like every class period we have a new homework due. I think this semester we had like 30 something homeworks. But then there's some teachers that are only once a week, and it's maybe a little longer problem set. So it just kind of depends on the teacher and course material and stuff.
And something that's a little different, I would say, from high school is you usually, at least in most of my classes, the answers are provided. So like I can almost guarantee I'll get 100% on every homework as long as I have you can't just like write down the right answer and you get credit. It's more about the work. And that's true in testing too. Like I've had many tests where I've gotten an entire problem wrong because I made like a math error somewhere, but you get almost full credit because your process and step by step is all the way right.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
You can't just write down the final answer and call it good. You're basically
most of the problems are in the back of the book, the answers.
Yeah.
So I do it and then I check, and if I'm wrong, I'll need to redo it again. And a lot of it is collaborative. Like, do you have people you work with?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're in engineering,
doing it alone would be so hard.
Yeah. Find friends to do problems with, because when you run stuck, it's hard to think of things a new way or figure it out on your own. But when you have multiple people working together, things go a lot better.
Yeah. I would also say YouTube is a big help for me, at least. Like looking up like how to do processes and stuff on YouTube has been super helpful with homework assignments and also studying for exams as well. I just watched like a 20-minute YouTube video yesterday on some differential topic that I had an exam this morning in, and that was super helpful. And it only took like 20 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Light work. I mean, not. But
Easy. Not even hard. I think that answered the question. Classes and
Yeah.
work in general.
yeah.
Maybe a little more in depth than in general, but
Yeah. No, that was helpful.
I mean, while we're on the topic of YouTube, now, do you guys watch like fun engineering YouTube channels? Like obviously Mark Rober,
stuff made here.
Stuff Made Here, Backyard Scientist. Yeah.
I've heard of all those. I'd say I mainly watched Mark Rober and
He's
stuff
so
made
good.
here.
Dude, the octopus one, that was crazy.
Also, the Smarter Everyday channel.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's,
I
that's
love
a
Smarter
super
Every
fun
Day.
channel to watch.
And he's also just such a good guy.
yeah, he
that
just
makes it
seems
better.
super genuine, super awesome dude.
But yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. I enjoy
Good
it.
study breaks, and I feel like I'm still
Yeah.
learning. Sort of. Smart Every Day, I'm not actually learning. I'm just watching him and being like, how the heck are you so smart?
He's just
He's insane.
he just gets smarter every day.
Well, no, he is smart. I was talking about Stuff Made Here, actually.
Oh,
I
I
just spoke. So this guy, he does everything. He designs, he codes like crazy. I don't know.
That's,
Go watch Stuff
Oh
Made
yeah,
Here.
I've seen him.
He's
that
an
guy
engineering
is
wizard.
insane. Like, I do not know how you can come up with something to do that and like have like the math in your brain to figure stuff
Yeah.
out. Yeah, you guys need to go check him out. It's just crazy some of the things
He's
he
also
comes up
funny.
with. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
funny.
You got to be funny for engineering stuff. I feel like.
Yeah.
If you're going to make content out of it.
Yeah. Smarter every day is just like got the dad vibes too.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, what's the next question, Joey?
The next question is, how did the first year of engineering go, and how does that compare to now?
I guess this would be first 2 years now.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like for me, it was pretty easy in the start. Like, we had some hard classes and stuff. I think MATLAB was one of the classes that I struggled with the most just because I didn't really understand the coding of it very well. So I spent a lot of time on that. But I feel like every semester is kind of ramped up until now. And I think next semester will be probably similar to this last semester. But I've heard senior year is a pretty chill year because you just have a senior project to do and then you're basically done. So I'd say for school-wise, it's kind of everything kind of builds on each other. So like if you kind of slack off in those first couple years, you might struggle in the later years because it applies and stuff all the way throughout the 4 years.
Yeah, a lot of the introductory courses, because they're so broad in general, there's nothing super deep and hard.
Yeah.
So similarly, probably my freshman year wasn't that bad. And also, I think my hardest courses were the math ones, because I took differential equations freshman year,
Wow.
which was not easy for me because I didn't feel like I knew Calc 2 very well, which mattered. But also Physics 1 I had to take, and it was basically identical to AP Physics, which I took junior year of high school.
Yeah.
So that was
same.
like super easy.
Yeah.
So that was nice. Physics 2 was a little harder because it was all new material, but it still wasn't that bad. But I would say second semester, my sophomore year last year, was a lot. I had mechanics of materials, material science, and one other one I'm not remembering. Oh, statics. So that was 3 like a little more difficult engineering courses. And then this semester was probably my hardest technical one too, because fluid mechanics is kind of notoriously difficult, along with dynamics, which was hard, and thermal chem, which was not easy as well. I would agree that it ramps up, kind of culminates junior year, and then senior year is a little more chill because a lot of it is focused on your senior design project.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll still, I'll probably still take control systems my senior year,
Okay.
which I think is hard, or so I've heard. But yeah, I would say in general, it's not an easy major. Like, it's a lot of hard thinking classes. So
Yeah, and one thing too is they kind of like, at least here at Northwestern, they kind of pack on your credits with engineering courses right away. So I still have like a lot of generals to take, and I don't know, probably people that have done PSEO don't have that many generals to take left, but I still have a lot of generals I need to fill out, and I tried to take them earlier, but they just pack on like other classes on top of the engineering classes, and that just kind of uses up some of your credits, so you can't always have credits to use for those general classes.
you'll be done in 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So I will be too, and mine is Probably similar. Like, it's a really packed 4 years because of PSEO. I had some core classes, generals, that transferred and I don't have to take. So
Yeah.
I think my next 3 semesters don't have many credits, so I might add some just funner courses.
Yeah.
But a lot of schools do 5-year engineering programs.
Oh wow.
So it's like hard to fit it into 4, and it's packed.
Yeah, I was just doing the math right before I signed up for classes for this next semester, and I've taken 18 credits every semester except for the first semester freshman year,
Wow.
and then 17 this last semester just because public speaking is a 3-credit class, and I need to take 18 this spring and then 16 to graduate
Yeah.
in 4 years.
So a lot of credits usually.
So yeah,
Are you gonna take some video classes, Josh, for fun?
Probably not video. I did one video one last year because I had space. I might do. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I haven't really decided, but we'll see.
Nice.
Nice. The next question is, what is your favorite class or favorite classes so far that you've taken?
None of them.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, actually, no. Probably for me, it's been fluid mechanics. I know, Josh, that was like probably not a fun one for you, but I just like that class just because the teacher, like that makes such a big difference, in my opinion, is the way he teaches and just, yeah, the teacher in general. Like if you have a bad teacher in a fun course, I feel like it's going to make it less fun, obviously. But for me, yeah, it was fluid mechanics. Just because the teacher, and he's super fun, he understands you well and does a great job teaching the material and kind of understands where we're at, and he's not trying to teach from like, oh yeah, I'm so much like smarter than you guys, I'm going to try and make this super hard on you. But he understands where, you know, we're college students and trying to figure this out, and he's like there with us trying to figure it out. So yeah, that's been probably my favorite class.
Say mine was either statics or mechanics of materials. Which is kind of ironic because those are both more civil engineering courses, and I'm mechanical. But I don't know, they came very easily to me, and similarly, the 2 professors I had in those were good. Professors do make a big difference. So.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Next one is, what is your hopes for the future, or like summer internships? Like kind of how are you hoping to use your degree?
I would say I'm still trying to work on that and trying to figure that out. I'm applying for some internships over this Christmas break and trying to work on my LinkedIn and resume and stuff like that. So I think for me, it's a little unknown where I'll work this summer for an internship. And I'm just going to kind of see where that leads for the next year. And maybe that'll lead into a job opportunity. But so far, I have worked at my dad's company, which is Frontier, doing some design work. So that's technically some engineering experience there. And I'd say I really like that experience so far. Just I like the design part of it and trying to kind of figure out where things go in that program. But yeah, I would say still a little unclear on trying to figure everything out. So.
Yeah, I may be in the same boat. I don't know. I've applied for a few things this summer, or have at least contacted a few places, but haven't accepted or don't know exactly where I'm going to be yet. And in general, like, I don't know what area of mechanical engineering I'm most interested in. Like, there are a lot of areas that you can go. Like, a main area is HVAC systems, heating and cooling, which sounds so boring to me. And after thermodynamics, like, that's not what I want to do. A lot of it is like designing parts for products. So what you would typically think of mechanical engineering, like sitting behind a computer, designing things on CAD and doing analysis for parts and stuff, which looks a little better to me, but also I don't know. So yeah, I don't know where I'll end up as far as job. I'm hoping to get an internship, something with engineering this summer, so that I can maybe narrow down what I do and don't like, because it's hard to tell when you're in a class what you actually like a lot. They can help, but engineering work is a lot different than class. School is a lot of teaching you basic concepts that are really wide and broad. a lot of it you won't ever use in your job, and then jobs are a lot more specific and deeper in one area. So yeah, I don't really know is the short answer. And a lot of you might know I'm not like crazy about engineering in school, but I think it's like good because it's hard and like teaching me how to learn and do hard things. So even though I'm not crazy about like all the classes, I'm still like enjoying what I'm doing at school just because I think it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
Nice. Last thing would be, what is some advice or anything you'd say to high school students that are interested in engineering?
Probably first, it is difficult, and like expect that if you want to do well, you'll need to work hard, but also don't let that scare you off because there's time. It's not like all you're going to be doing at school. Like if I think of all the things I do in a semester, there's still time for so much else. It's just you need to like prioritize other things and make sure to make time for other things. Like I'm in a bunch of music stuff too, and I can do really well in engineering while also being involved in like lots of music stuff, and I still have time to hang out with friends and do fun things on weekends. So people will say, oh wow, that's hard, like I could never do that, you must be so smart. Well, maybe, but also if you work hard, you can do it. And even if you do work hard and do well, like you'll still have time to make college a fun experience.
Yeah, I think that's super good. I would say to get involved in things maybe outside of like just your major right away, just so you kind of have just that college experience a little bit. And then also within your major, try and find a group of friends that you like hanging out with and doing homework with and studying with. That'll make things a lot easier for you once a test comes up or you have questions on homework or something like that. And yeah, I would say don't procrastinate. I feel like everyone says that, but that's true
everywhere in life.
Yeah, I feel like with projects and engineering, you really can't do that because just time. It takes a long time to do certain things, and you might not have it all figured out right away, but giving yourself time, that'll allow you to figure things out.
Sweet. If anyone like has like, I know a lot of high schoolers listen to us, but if you have any like questions about like you're looking at maybe being an engineering major, like you can like always email the podcast and ask us. Like we don't need to read it out loud. It could be something that Josh or Evan just responds to, or about any of our majors,
or
like,
about video or nursing or ministry.
Yeah.
If you're interested in any of those 4 majors, like feel free to email us your questions.
Because we are not experts, but we are students, so we know what the student's perspective on those things is.
We've been here for 2.5 years. We've been around. We're closer to graduating than we are starting college.
Whoa!
Wow!
Scary.
So
that's wild.
Yeah, we know what it's like to be a student.
We're big boys.
And if you have any questions about whether you should go to Dordt or Northwestern too, Willem, looking at you.
Yeah.
So the answer is just Dordt. You don't need to actually ask.
The correct answer is it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, both of them are good.
We'll see who gets a higher paying job, Josh or Evan.
Oh boy,
that's the real test. No, it's not.
Then we'll see.
Yeah.
Which one's better. So, yeah. Time we wrap this one up, like Josh and Evan wrap up
their calculus homework
for the year.
Yeah.
Wow.
School's done.
Super good. Woo. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Hopefully it wasn't super, super boring and that maybe you learned a little bit about the life of an engineering major. Thanks to Evan for being on, my fellow engineering student. Thank you all for listening. Hope you all have a great day.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Peace out, boys.
See you in the next round.
Peace out, gigs.